Hey guys, I'm live on YouTube, something that I almost never do. But the reason that I'm here live is because I don't really have much of a choice. I don't really have any other ways to communicate with you guys. Facebook, WhatsApp, Messenger, Instagram, or down for a couple hours now. It's crazy. I noticed that when I try to send someone a message on WhatsApp and it's not sending. And then I checked Facebook and it was not refreshing. And then I checked Instagram and the same thing. And then I Googled it. And apparently, all of those services with billions of users across the world, all of them are down. Again, Instagram, Facebook, Messenger, WhatsApp, all or not responsive. It's amazing. And obviously, I can't help you. If you walked into this video to see how you can actually log into Facebook, there is no answer. You just have to wait. You have to be patient. I have no idea if whether they'll restore in a couple minutes, if whether they'll restore in a couple hours, if maybe it will be a couple of days, or maybe they will never restore. Ooh. Now, obviously they will. I think that they will. I don't know for sure. And I'm almost sure that it will just take a couple minutes, couple hours. They will come back, right? But here's the crazy part. It is possible that social media will one day be taken away. I think that the question that we must ask ourselves is if whether our business can survive a social media apocalypse, because this is what's happening right now. This is what's happening. They proved that social media can be taken away, that we can't take it for granted any longer. It's crazy. It's incredible. As a business owner who is relying on Facebook and Instagram for his business, okay, I'm using Facebook mostly Facebook to acquire clients. All the challenges that I run, all the programs that I run through Facebook. And now I can communicate with my audience. I can go live. The first instinct that came to mind is, okay, let me just WhatsApp and check it out with my friends. I can't. I can't do that via Facebook. I can't do that via Instagram. None work. All of the services are down. Billions of users can't really communicate with their family, with their colleagues, with their friends, with their clients, with their prospects. You can't do anything. We're talking about millions and millions and millions of dollars that are not what they are losing right now. And you know what's funny? Because the same thing happened to me just a couple years ago. Well, obviously it's not the same. I don't think that Facebook, Instagram, those platforms ever had such a horrific downtime. Okay, it's been happening for a couple hours. The longest that I ever really see with those platforms is maybe an hour, maybe 30 minutes. This has been happening for a couple hours now on all parts of the world. Again, billions of users who can't really use those websites. I'm going now on Facebook. I'm trying to refresh the feed. Nothing happens. I'm trying to send a message via WhatsApp. Nothing happens. I can't. These are unresponsive. And just a couple years ago, when I was doing something very, very differently, I was selling on both platforms, on eBay and on Etsy. Okay, I was an 18-year-old kid who's thinking that he's making it online, thinking that all of his life is already figured out because he found a way to make five-figure month. And you know what happened? Now, obviously, when I was a seller on those two websites, I was relying on them to provide me with traffic and demand. I was just selling items. I thought at the time that it was incredible. That it's the best deal ever. I have items, you have traffic, let's make it work. And it did work for some time. I was selling on those two websites for a couple of years. But then they banned me. And you know what's the craziest part of this? Though eBay and Etsy are unrelated in any way, shape, or form, both banned me around the same time, 30 days apart, for making five-figure month, thinking that all my life is figured out. I started losing money on software. Everything was shut down, everything was removed, everything that I worked for was just deleted. because they decided to ban me. And obviously, I had no control over my audience base, over the clients that I was serving. I was left with nothing. Now, obviously, I've grown wiser. I switched what I was doing. I'm now doing something very, very differently that I'm very much happy with. But I can't stop but wondering if whether I'm following similar steps now. Now, obviously, I'm not on eBay, I'm not on Etsy, and I have a little more security when it comes to social media. I've audience on Instagram, I have audience on YouTube, I have audience on Facebook, so they are separated. But what's more funny is that they're all kind of combined also, because Facebook and Instagram are the same services. It's both Mark Zuckerberg. All of those services are now down. Everything. Yeah, I'm left with YouTube. So this is awesome. I'm doing this live. I'm communicating with you. This is incredible. But, and this is a big but, would my business survive a social media apocalypse? If Facebook and Instagram would not restore, would my business be able to survive it? Would your business survive it? This is a very, very uncomfortable question, because the answer for most and for myself is no. My business won't survive such a thing. I'm sad to say this, but it is the truth. And I bet that this is the truth for so many social media marketers and business owners who are either relying on Facebook or on Instagram, or maybe even TikTok, or maybe you are relying on YouTube right now, and this is why you're here. It's a very uncomfortable question, but we have to ask ourselves this. We have to take responsibility, and we have to ensure the long-term success of our business. Ask yourself this: if Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Messenger would not restore tomorrow, or in the next week, or in the next month, in the next year, or would never to restore, period, how would your business be? How would you react? What would you do? Would you be able to survive? Would you be able to keep on doing what you're doing right now? Maybe it's time to start asking yourself the real questions and start taking the required steps to really control your audience outside of social media. Maybe it's time to use email, SMSs. Maybe it's time to start taking your audience somewhere else, okay, to other platforms as well. Yeah, sure. Instagram and Facebook, the fact that you have your audience in two platforms is already better than having them on one. Okay, you have more security. So you can start with this. You can start separating your audience to different platforms. You can open YouTube, you can open TikTok, you can open Twitter. Think of ways that you'll be able to communicate with your audience. If something were to happen, if one of those accounts would be to remove, to be banned, what would you do? And guys, if you're interested in learning more about how to communicate with your audience, to build those relationships, and to move them outside of Facebook, outside of Instagram, outside of the social media platform that you're on, it doesn't matter what this is, considering joining the next roundtable event that we'll be launching on October. It is going to be free. It's going to be amazing. And I would love to have you on it. Obviously, if you have any questions, shoot them down below. This is a very spontaneous live. I had no way to reach you because most of my audience are on Facebook. Most of them are on Instagram. And obviously, some of you are also here on YouTube, and I appreciate you so much. And this is why I'm doing this. Reach out to me down below, write a comment. Let me know if you're interested in joining the roundtable event. Let me know about your experience with the whole social media apocalypse. I really do hope that they'll restore their services shortly. Because just like most of you, I'm relying on Facebook and on Instagram for my business. Okay? This is it, guys. Have an incredible day, night, depending on where you're watching it from. This was me. Hope you're doing amazing. And let's all pray that those services will be restored shortly. Thanks.